Summer has returned to Frostbite Falls. Another 3 annoying inches of snow that I will have to plow because it is going to be warm again today and then freeze tonight. And any traffic we get on this will turn this into ice overnight for the next couple of days, so I have to plow it off. It'll be gone possibly by today, but the more I clear, the less chance it'll be icy. I'm just headed down here, check on cows and try not to get covered by snow sliding off the roof. Good morning, ladies. How we doing? Everybody looks good. Pretty fresh there. Forage and go have coffee myself. Restocking the mineral bar. Mabel's sampling the sodium bicarb. Libby's figuring out how to get to the salt block. That's not an ideal spot for that mineral bar, but seems to be working. I'd much rather have it where they could just get their head into it. Wow. Astrid, who is a low-tier cow, just routed Nettle, who's a high-status cow. Wonder if Nettle's not feeling good. Sodium bicarb is to help buffer their rumen from any acid. Just seeing what's going on with the cows. From any acid development from, upset stomach kind of thing. So yeah, that's been needing to be replenished for a few days now. And then I gave him a new selenium block, because that's also vital for calf development in utero. Time to get milking, because these cows are kind of agitated. I'm just after putting the moo call on Libby's tail out there. We haven't got the SmaXtec alert yet, but it looks like the line is going up and that there's a solid chance that it will reach calving status tonight, which means certainly for the other two within 8 hours they calve. So if she hits that, it's 7:30 to now. So if she hits that calving status at 8:30, 9 o'clock, I didn't want to have to come down here later to draft her in. I'm going to put her in the handling unit pen. It's a little windy. It's going to be a little cold tonight, but the amount of pressure in the barn from using the barn pen the last couple times has been too much. So I figured we'll draft her into the handling unit pen. I'm going to be gone tomorrow. That is partly why we're being a little more proactive. We haven't waited for the alert to come. But also, it was 48 today. Breezy, but lovely. And it was mild yesterday, even though it poured rain. Tomorrow, it's going to be 15 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Tomorrow morning, and we're going to wake up, it's going to be, in the low 20s. And the high of 33 for the day with a high wind. So any calf that gets born has got to immediately be handled and gotten dry and warm and put up with the other calves, because it'll just, even in the barn, it would just be brutal. Certainly not a minus night, but with the wind, it's a wind chill factor. So we just want to make sure the Libby's contained, that if she's in here as opposed to the barn pen, Allison can move her in and out of the milking parlor by herself while I'm gone tomorrow. We put the moo call on so we get as soon of an alert as possible. And like I said, I'm pretty sure. And if it doesn't go off today and she doesn't calve tomorrow morning, great. All the better. Allison doesn't have to deal with a calf by herself. I'm not missing anything. I'm not gone. And if there's any complications, I'm not gone. So yeah, if she calves on her due date, which is Thursday, that would be fantastic. It just looks, from her physical signs, from the rising line on the SmaXtec chart, just looks like she could possibly calve tonight. So, or come into the calving window tonight and calve early tomorrow morning. She's a big girl. She's given us twins before, so that's also a concern. So yeah, being proactive, and we're gonna get her drafted into a birthing pen. Here they're having their evening supper early tonight, so I could do this in the daylight. And I want to refresh the calves bedding tonight. So possible calf tomorrow. I'm down here first thing because I got to go to a conference. Good thing I put Libby in a pen last night because she's had a baby, just like born, just popped out. She's licking it. It's bitter cold. Allison's coming down with the towels and the crate with the supplies in it. I got to get on feeding everything. The thing is, all the alerts failed. So good thing I got a decent eye and know when a cow's going to calve and separated her because, yeah, that's not great. And this wind is vile, so we got to get that calf in and warm. So that's the result. It's a lovely heifer calf. Allison's down using a hair dryer to warm it up and blow it dry. Getting towels to dry it. Brutal morning. It's only, I don't know, 15, 20, somewhere with that wind though. I got to press on with chores to go to this conference. Get everything wrapped up because I only got about half hour before I need to take a shower and get on the road. So I have driven the hour north, west, east from the farm, wherever, to Augusta, to the Civic Center, where I am about to attend the conference, seminar, whatever it is. Parking lot's full of farm trucks, so I must be in the right place. And we'll see what this is like. I've never been to this particular event before in the past. Always seem to miss it for some reason. Anyway, we'll see what it's like. All right, here is the cube thingy. Huh. Freezer cube. All right, well, that is the conference attended, the seminar. A lot of great information presented. Didn't actually know that many of the dairy farmers here. There's 131 remaining dairies in the state of Maine. So this is a good talk on the state of dairy in Maine and the nation. Met some interesting vendors, talked to the SmaXtec rep who was here, met him, that was great. Talked to some feed reps about different feed things we might need to change or consider. Yeah, none of my dairy friends were here, so didn't actually socialize that much. Just gathered data. So now it's time to get back to the farm. So I've been away at the dairy summit all day today, and I come back, and happily enough, nothing happened. ZuZu, that's the calf's name. We've decided to name her ZuZu. She had to be tubed. Insert video of Allison tubing the calf here.
Maybe let's get you in a little better sitting position. You. Oh, now we're gonna stand up. What are we doing? Okay. Ah! That's on the right mark. Yes. That's in. Okay. Swallow this, please. Oh, good baby. Okay. Good baby. Okay, did I hurt you? Okay, you always have to make sure that you pull the tube out from the mouthpiece before taking it out like I just did so it doesn't hurt them. This is only the second time I've ever tried this. Charlotte, can you put your hand on that? Okay, baby. Can you stand up again? What do you think?
Okay, calves, back up. Hey, no, back up.
It's just gonna be easier with you laying down. It's gonna be easier with you laying down. Okay. We're gonna let you spool that. Okay. Okay, put your head up normal. No, not twist your head. Good baby. Good baby. Okay, I can hear.
Yeah, it's going now.
Good girl, no name. We're gonna get nice and warm. We'll have so much. Okay.
All right.
How much has she had?
Quite a bit.
She's had enough. I actually put a little extra in there. Congratulations!
There you go, little one.
You got fed, and I didn't immediately kill you. Hi, baby. What do you think?
Oh, she already looks a little better.
Yeah. Okay, don't stomp on her.
Miles, come on.
Come on. Back up. What do you think, baby? You want to try standing up again?
Oh, she already looks a lot better. Good job. Oh, you're not supposed to face plant, honey.
Miles, come on.
Miles, come this way.
Okay, come here, Nene. Let's get you standing up. Yeah.
No, you don't need to get in the way.
Come on. Yeah.
There you are, little one. Oh, you look a lot better
Look
now.
at that.
A lot better, Peanut.
Congratulations.
Here, an explanation why. But after that, she perked right up and took off. I mean, I haven't checked in on her yet, but she's doing good. I'm getting the ladies fed for the night. And then we'll worry about the calves next. Yeah, dairy seminar, summit, whatever it was. Good. Never been to that particular one before. Would I go again? Probably. What I saw was a room roughly split between the old guard and the next generation. And I'm sort of at the beginning, or rather, the front of the next generation, so I'm almost the old guard. So in that terms of that, as far as knowledge and dairy leadership and stuff like that, it might be worth getting a little bit more involved in this stuff, certainly now that we are a growing major dairy concern. Our numbers are not insignificant. And there were a lot of facts and figures today. We are probably among the smallest herds, commercial herds in Maine, but still. It was a lot of interesting stuff going on. Talked to the SmaXtec rep, met him for the first time, had a great conversation with him. Joe, that was good. Met a bunch of other reps for different things. I kind of a blur in my head at the moment. But the bottom line is, and what I come away is, I love cows. I love dairy. And I was thinking back on some comments before in other forums where people say, well, you know, you must mistreat your animals. Why you don't care about them? Well, no, actually, I do. I care too much about the cows. I don't like them bullying each other. I treat them like my kids. And it is because they are wonderful creatures. And beyond that, we owe our livelihood to them. They're our partners in this venture, so why wouldn't we treat them nice and with love and respect and care? Because their health directly affects us and our management decision and our profit and our livelihood, how much milk they make. You know, whether we can work like with now whether we've got the Wi-Fi enabled cows, that data is going to help us keep them healthier. So our costs are less. So we're helping them, they're helping us, they'll be healthier. We don't have to stress as much. I mean, despite the SmaXtec bolus not working for Libby this morning and giving us a clear calving indicator, I had still interpreted its data last night along with the physical signs. Now, her due date isn't until tomorrow. And I was looking at her last night thinking, you know, I could just let her go. But when I saw the SmaXtec line rising, I said, okay, there is a more than likely chance in the night she'll fall into the calving window. And sure enough, after we fell asleep, the line did dive down again, insert clip here, but she calved. So it might not have been the strongest calving signal. It might not have actually, the system might not have interpreted the data correctly and thrown a calving alert at us. But also, her bolus went in unactivated and then at failsafe activated it. So she was also 3 days behind when Lottie and Lana had their boluses in. So the data collected over that period may be less. So that I'm not discounting that, my own error, as part of the cause of that. But needless to say, also Libby is true to herself. She's calved her last 3 or 4 calves literally just around the same time when we come down to the milking parlor. So I don't know if she hears us come out of the house and figures, okay, now's the time. My calf will be looked after or what. But literally, the last 4 calvings have been right when I've come down here at that exact hour to do the morning check. So, consistency. Gotta love her. All right, I'm going to get the rest of the silage place up for the cows and go figure out what to eat myself. We've left ZuZu loose in the container with the other 3 slightly older calves. I only see 3 calves, so I'm going to check. Not ideal circumstances, but... Oh, okay. I see. Miles and ZuZu are packed in there. Althea's in that hut where I thought we had left ZuZu. But I guess, right, we had left them out. So I'm gonna, I gotta fix that ratchet strap so Althea isn't caught in there.
ZuZu. Hey, ZuZu. Hey, ZuZu.
ZuZu's had a little bit of a rough start. Being born as cold as it was, and thank God it was not colder, and thank God I came down right when I did. She's only about 20 minutes old. We got her in, got her warmed up, got her fed as soon as we could. Allison had to tube her, which involves, basically a stomach tube to get the liquid straight in because she had no suckle reflex. She was warm enough, but not great. And then she had a little bit of a suckle reflex last night, but again, had to tube her. She only got about a half a bottle in her before she gave up interest in even trying to suck. But that wasn't nearly enough nutrition, so we tubed her. And then, sorry, I'm just doing this latch, these chains and clips that we're having to use because we have all non-standard. When I added this gate, I just added it to clip onto the side of rolling door that I put on here, and it's not permanent. I gotta come up with some solution for that, especially when that door is rolled. The other day we had to roll the door shut because we had to roll that door shut because there was high winds and driven rain, and we didn't want the calves to get soaked. So I shut the door. I had to dig it out, shut the door, closed the gate against the door, but then there was no real latch where the door isn't. When the door's rolled shut, there was no point to hook the gate to. So it took a little bit of inventive clipping, which I guess we're good at. All right, so babies are good. Anyway, so ZuZu is challenged. She had a good normal birth. I think it was easy. I mean, she was certainly lively when I found her, and Libby was licking her off, and she's been prancing around and lively, so we know she has it in her, and she's very alert. It's just she's just a little challenge. There she is coming out. She's a good little thing. She's just a little challenge being born on a day like that, and then having to be tubed. Tubing just gets that nutrition in her. She didn't expend any new energy. We tubed her, Allison, again, and tubed her this morning. Because she wasn't really interested in suckling, and it's just get that energy into her. So hopefully she's going to turn the corner. I think we have to feed her again tonight. When we feed her again tonight, we'll give her a little bit of electrolyte boost. It's something we use called Nutri-Drench. It's got a lot of vitamins and essentials in it. And otherwise, they're all going great. Calves are all going great. Oh, don't be playing leapfrog, Bridget. It's going to be our goal real soon to get Ganymede and Tethys out of here and in with the other heifers. Unfortunately, today a heifer got out. We were just finished milking. We were coming up to feed the calves, the babies, calves, and the heifers got out. One of them. Fortunately, it was Aurora, who I'd already identified as being in heat, and so she allowed us to catch her, and we put her in the handling system and had the AI tech come out, and we bred her. She's just a little over a year old, so it's a little bit early, and she'll be calving in December if this takes, but it will keep her from being in heat again anytime when the fences are down. So she'll be fine. Her mom and is a big frame cow. She looks like she's a big frame cow. She's on the large size. She's exceptional, good weight for her age. So breeding her a Jersey like that at this time is not an issue. So we got her bred. She's going to spend the day and night down in the handling system till hopefully she gets over her heat so it doesn't agitate the other heifers. And tomorrow, because it's Thursday today, Allison's on deliveries. And oddly, we've got, it's 35 degrees out right now today, overcast, a little bit of a cold wind. There's a freak, unpredicted band of snow, a squall, going across the state down south of us that Allison has to drive through, and I guess it's a real mess down there. She's on her way to Portland for cheese deliveries and taking care of livestock, doing chores. So she won't be around till later, till just at dark, when she'll help feed the babies again for the evening feed when she gets back. It's a little bit of a challenge we got a multi-teat feeder, and it's a little bit of a challenge feeding the calves without it, because even on individual sucker buckets, they're knocking about. So we just bought one of these teat feeders, and hopefully it'll simplify. We used it this morning for the first time, and it worked pretty good. The three older calves got the hang of it while Allison had to tube ZuZu. So it kind of takes two people, especially with Tethys and Ganymede there. But once they're out of here and I can get this pen cleaned, take a couple hours in the afternoon, get this all set, then the older calves can go outside. We have a way of separating calves. We can have the other two calves that are going to be born in early April up here, and it'll be better overall. But like I was saying, Aurora got out. The fences are hot. I don't know why. She jumped over it because she's in heat. So the other three, fortunately, have stayed put. So that's Cassie bred and now Aurora bred. I really, I don't want to let Tethys and Ganymede out until the fences are hot, until the weather's a little milder, until we're sure they won't escape with the other ones, because they're not fence trained. We'll have to train them to the electric fence. But the sooner the better, because I got to get this cleaned up. Got to get room for 2 more calves immediately. Well, by the second week of April. A glorious, if not very cold morning, filling buckets, my winter pastime. I'm just headed down to take care of Aurora, who's still in the holding pen. This bucket of water's for her. And I'm gonna grab the sled and get it full of silage for the heifers in the container. And Aurora's still in the handling system because Allison was on deliveries yesterday, and I've got to go to an appointment this morning, so we'll be hard pressed to get milking done before that. And it's a cheese making day, so we'll move Aurora out of here tomorrow. That'll also give her a longer time to get out of her heat. And so she'll be less likely to want to escape the others. She's doing okay in here, but she needs water. I came down and checked on everybody and refreshed their bedding first thing, or refreshed their silage first thing. I'll kick it up again. Give them the next round. Let's get this day going.
Thank you so much. I really couldn't face tubing you again today. Spoke too soon. Okay, wait. For me?
You were on top of the words.
It was
there. So she drained it the length of the words. Uh-oh. She's going in her hut.
Back.
BB chaos. Marianne and I have just been grading the ramp into the barn and the area from all the hay that I was using for bedding and manure that the cows have dropped when they've gone out to the field, and manure that I spilled clearing the barn. We have scraped it largely back to stone, and I think we're going to have to concrete that section this winter. I'm going to have to put this fence. I got to put this fence back. Enough stone has been scraped out of there over the last couple years that I'm going to have to either dig down to I'm either going to have to dig down and remove material and then fill the space back up with 6 inches of concrete, or I'm going to have to add about 4 or 5 inches of stone to get it back to the level of the slab. And I'd much rather go with concrete because it's easier to maintain. If I have the concrete level with the floor of the barn going over the top of these blocks, I think that's possible, then I can just squeegee the manure, especially when it's slushy, right out of the barn into what I now think will permanently be the manure pit area up here. I do have to stabilize that block wall, but this is working good. I just cleaned this up. That's gonna make those times when I have to scoop up sawdust to put in the barn a lot easier than driving through 1.5 feet of manure and mud and loose stone. Now I got that graded out better. Now Marianne and I, for our next trick, I'm gonna go down the hill, and there's a pile of stone I want to see if I can move. I'm starting to think about fencing, and not only do I have to repair all of the existing fence, but I have to put up some new fence. I have to improve the fences in the forest. Big fencing year this year, I think. It's got to be. And one of the things I want to do is increase more of the area of this lower paddock that we've been grazing. Now that we're not going to keep pigs there anymore, I'll move the huts over the next week or so as I can. I want to try and clear that out. I want to try and burn a couple of brush piles, condense some things. It would be really nice if I could get to do some chipping, because then I'm almost out of sawdust, and the chips will go better in the barn right about now. So if I could get some chipping done, that'd be good. And then that 2-acre field over there that I've been grazing, but it's so full of, we did a bunch of chipping over there in the fall. There's so much down timber, down wood, stones everywhere. So I want to see if I have to fence that off, and I have to put a perimeter fence over there. And so I got to get the excavator in there anyway, because there's some pretty big rocks in my way, boulders that have rolled there. So I can move those with the excavator, and I want to take out some of the dead trees and things. And I'm just going to go in there with the excavator and start working and see if I can make some stone piles or bury stone or something to improve the forage capacity of that 2 acres, because it's actually an extension of our big field. It's the same soil profile, same actual, right now, it's the same soil health. Really good organic matter, perfect pH. It's a little on the wetter side is the problem, because all the water goes down that way. So I may try and dig a French drain. I thought I was going to get some conservation money to fix that water issue, but that isn't going to happen, I don't think. So I may just enact to do something myself. I see a lot of tree limbs down over there, so that means there's plenty of chipping to do there, and the winter may have dropped some trees that I was going to drop. So I got to get that going, and I have got to get starting to think about grazing, because it's only a month and a half away. And so I really need to find time to get down in the forest, work on fencing, clean up down trees, get I know there's some leaners down there that have got to be cut up. So anyway, first step is get Marianne down the hill and play with those stones. Some of these stones are not insubstantial. They've been stacked here. This bank over there where I've got the fence used to come all the way out to here, and these stones were buried in that bank. And when I landscaped the French drain, a lot of this stuff came out of the ground, and I have plans for them. I need them down at the bridge, but I don't have a dump truck to get them there. Oops, I just tipped the excavator. So yeah, I need these all at the bridge, but I don't have an excavator or rather a dump truck to get them there, or a dump trailer. I could load a few of them on my flatbed and haul them down there with a tractor. The only problem is I'd need to bring the excavator down all the way to the bridge, unload them from there, bring it back up here so I could load the rest. Because there's 2 loads here easily to be able to put them on and off the trailer easily. So and I've got more than this pile, that's what's left of it. So I think I'm gonna wait, because I have more stone than that. I'm setting these on the rest of the stone pile that I need down there. It was just these big stones are gonna be retaining stones for the pile of smaller stones. So these have sat here. I actually think one of my first videos on this channel was creating this pile and pushing this here a couple years ago, back when I was going to move, when I moved the pigs here, and the pigs were here for far too long. And last summer was sort of the breaking point when those 5 pigs died. So that's I haven't really done anything here since then, and I want to get this all dressed up because there's probably a 1/4 acre or a little more here that needs to be cleaned up and can be productive ground for the cows to graze. So I got to get that going, and I want to get these piles either burnt or knocked together better, so they take up less ground. Now's the time to do it before the grass really starts growing, while the ground's still sort of semi-frozen.